Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Breaking news. Manchester United have reportedly decided to keep Erik Ten Hag on as Manchester United manager. And yeah, it looks like he's staying. Look, anyone who's been watching the channel knows by now that I was one of the biggest or the loudest people when it comes to wanting Ten Hag gone. I was proper Ten Hag out. I wanted him gone, and I don't regret it. My decision for wanting Ten Hag to go was solely based on the rubbish football that we play. We play the worst football in England. But hey, Ineos have decided to keep him, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I mean, just 2 days ago, I made a video stating that Ineos need to reach a decision when it comes to Ten Hag. Are we keeping him? Are we sacking him? I even said, whatever the decision is, just make it already. Let us know, are you keeping Ten Hag or are you sacking him? Now, Ineos have done exactly that. It's taken them, 2.5 weeks with this end of season review since the FA Cup final. Because I genuinely believe that going into that final, they thought Ten Hag was probably going to be embarrassed in the FA Cup final, maybe get hammered by Man City, and the decision would be easy to sack him. But things didn't work out that way. We won the FA Cup, which was good for us as Man United, but it looks like Ineos saw us winning the FA Cup and they were like, we can't sack the guy immediately after the game. Let's give it a few more days or weeks or whatever. And to show that Ineos did want to sack Erik Ten Hag, even after he won the FA Cup, we were hearing that they were talking to other managers. We heard that they met with Thomas Tuchel, his camp, and him himself. Tuchel was in a direct meeting with Sir Jim in Monaco just this past week, but apparently they couldn't come to an agreement. We heard that people like Pochettino, Ines didn't want him. What's his name? Kieran McKenna, it looks like he's staying at Ipswich. Pochettino's also apparently out of the race. Like, they were so tight-lipped about this whole decision, so much so that literally, is it this morning, I saw David Ornstein, one of the top journos, coming out and saying that he genuinely doesn't know what's going on at Man United. The David Ornstein, he said he doesn't know what's going on. He said he's tired of guessing, he doesn't even want to guess anymore, because he feels like it's at a point where even Ineos themselves don't even look like they know what they want to do. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I was saying that Ineos needed to make a decision. They've made a decision. It's a decision which I don't agree with and I don't like. I was very much Ten Hag out. But guess what? The club have decided to keep him. They've decided to keep him. And my job as a fan, or a Man United fan, is to support my club. That's why I was very happy when we beat Man City in the FA Cup final. I didn't think if we win it, it could help him keep the job. Because I thought even if we won the FA Cup final, they'd still sack him. We won it, and they've decided to keep him. And if I'm being honest, I think it's mostly due to the fact that they couldn't find a suitable replacement. At least that's what it's looking like. I mean, I personally would have preferred someone like Kieran McKenna, but I do understand that he's inexperienced, he's young, he hasn't really managed in the Premier League before, so I get people's reservations on that. I also would have liked Roberto De Zerbi. He plays very good football with Brighton, but to be fair, again, he had a very poor season last season. It was quite poor, even though he had injuries, he was also very poor, just like Ten Hag. So again, I can see why Ineos didn't want him. So I put my hands up. It's cool. We've kept him. I'm not gonna say I'm now Ten Hag in, because that would be a lie. I'm not Ten Hag in. But as for my Ten Hag out agenda, because I'm not gonna lie, it was an agenda. I didn't like him. I thought he was playing absolutely rubbish football. I thought we were conceding way too many goals. We were conceding way too many shots per game. We had our worst start, or rather our worst finish in the league since our God knows when. I thought there was so many bad things that Ten Hag oversaw last season. So I thought for sure they're going to sack him. But they've decided to keep him. So Yeah, I guess like I said, my job right now as a Manchester United supporter is to support Manchester United. That's my club. We've been rubbish for over 11 years, and I haven't decided to, I don't know, ditch the club or go support Chelsea or Liverpool or Arsenal or whoever. United's still my team. So I'm going to get behind the team. And so getting behind the manager, I'm going to leave that to Ineos. Now that they've decided to keep Erik Ten Hag, they need to be the ones to get behind him. So I expect them to go into the market and buy players. You need to Ineos task is simple now. Get rid of the deadwood and bring in good players. Also, players like Luke Shaw, always injured every season after season, is a new injury. And I heard him moaning just during the week, saying that no, apparently United made him have basically caused him to have a longer injury than it was supposed to. He was blaming Ten Hag and the guys in the physio or whatever. Get rid of such useless players. Very unreliable. When he has to play for Man United, he's fucking injured. But when he has to play for England, oh, he's fit. Fuck such players off. Get rid of them. Like I said, I'm not now Ten Hag in. No. I was very much Ten Hag out, but Ineos have made a decision. I understand they're feeling like there's no suitable candidate to replace Ten Hag. Cool, I disagree with that notion. I think there are managers who would come in and do a better job in this Man United side. But I hear it. It's cool. I'm going to park agenda aside, like I said. And I'm actually going to get behind the team. And the only reason in which I'm actually going to be Ten Hag in is if he starts to play good football. Anybody who knows me knows that I was the biggest advocate for Erik Ten Hag when he was at Ajax and he was being linked with us. I said, bring him in because he plays very good football. He came to United, he disappointed me. He let me down. The reason why I was so strongly Ten Hag out was because I was seeing him as a fraud. I felt like he didn't deliver on what he had promised. He came here, he dished his philosophy, his style of play. Because let's not lie, he was balling out at Ajax. And it wasn't just in the Eredivisie, he was doing it in the Champions League as well. He went to Juventus Stadium and he bopped them off the pitch. He did the same thing when he went to the Bernabeu. He bopped them off the pitch. But guess what? He comes to United and he wants to play transitional football, counter-attacking football. I don't want to see that rubbish anymore. Ineos said that they want a manager who's going to play attractive football. So I want to see Erik Ten Hag play good football. And once I start to see that happen, guess what? I'm not that stubborn. I might have a strong opinion on something, but once given new evidence, I am more than willing to come back to the Ten Hag inside. I was Ten Hag out. Right now, Ineos have decided to back him, so I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I don't like the fact that they've kept him, so I'm just in the middle. I've gone from being Ten Hag out to just being in the middle. I'm on the fence. All I'm doing now is sitting back and observing. I want to observe Ineos themselves. Are they going to back him in the market? And after that, I'm going to observe Ten Hag himself. Is he going to play good football? If he plays good football, I will move back to Ten Hag in. I'm not going to lie, like I said, I'm not happy with this. In fact, I'm very upset that Ten Hag staying. But guess what? It's cool. It's cool. I hear it. All the Ten Hag inners, you were crying for him to get an extra year, to be given his last year of this contract. Because he had a 3-year deal that he signed originally when he joined United. He's now being given that year, that third year. So it's cool. It's cool. I don't want to hear excuses about injuries this season. I don't want to hear excuses about, oh, we didn't have this player or that player. I want Erik Ten Hag to implement a proper style of play, an attacking one at that. Not this counter-attacking bullshit whereby we play fucking Coventry, we sit back and we look to hit Coventry City on the counter. I want us to start playing good football. Ten Hag is a year to start. I'm not saying by the end of this coming season, we should be the best team in England, balling out and all of that. No. But I should be able to see what Ten Hag is trying to do. And it shouldn't be this transitional bullshit. I want it to be attractive football. I want to see patterns of play. I want to see triangles. I want to see all that good stuff on the pitch. Ten Hag has a year to basically save his career. At Man United at least. So it's fine. I'll give him the year. It's fine. Ineos have decided, like I said, I didn't agree with it, but it's fine. I'll get behind the team and the man. I don't know about the manager, but I'll get behind the team and watch. If the manager actually starts to show me that he's changed and wants to play good football, then I'll get behind him as well. But for now, like I said, I'm in the middle. I'm not Ten Hag in, I'm not Ten Hag out. I'm just in the middle. I'm just going to observe both Ten Hag and Ineos. So Ineos, make sure you give this guy the backing. However, with that said, I don't want Ten Hag anywhere near the transfer activities. Nowhere near. I don't want him suggesting any players from fucking Holland or Italy or wherever, or a player he's managed before 10 years ago or 5 years ago. I don't give a damn. I do not want, if anything, I don't want any players with allegiances to Erik Ten Hag. I don't want any player who Ten Hag has managed before. Or a player who's played in the Eredivisie, who's being suggested by Ten Hag, or a player who's got the same agency as Erik Ten Hag. I don't want any of those players. If we are going to go sign such players, it should be Ineos and the guys, the backroom staff, the guys who are now in charge of transfers. They should be the ones to say, we need this player. He can fit Manchester United's profile. Not Ten Hag's profile, but Manchester United's profile. Ten Hag should be kept as far away as possible from transfer activities. He is awful. Even the biggest Ten Hag inners can be honest with themselves about this part. Erik Ten Hag has no clue. His talent ID is absolutely pathetic. So keep him the hell away from transfer activities. Let him focus on coaching, which is his job. Implement a style of fucking play, you dickhead. An attractive one at that. None of this bullshit whereby we're playing rubbish football. You go to the training ground, get your players, implement a style of play. A good style of play for that matter. I don't want to hear no excuses next season about fucking injuries. Oh no, we didn't have Lisandro Martinez. Next season, I don't want to hear it. Ineos, you go back him. Go sign proper centre backs. So if Licha Martinez is out injured, someone else can step in. Go get rid of the deadwood. Bissaka, get rid. Fucking Casemiro, get rid. Luke Shaw, get rid. Eriksen, get rid. If possible, get rid of the likes of fucking Anthony. Victor Lindelof, so soft, get rid. Harry Maguire, get rid. Scott McTominay, get rid. Donny van de Beek, get rid. The list is on and on of useless players that United need to get rid of this summer. So Ineos, get to it. Friday, the transfer window is opening. We need to start moving. Go get fucking Olise. Go get him. He's a top right winger. We need one. Anthony is useless. Go get a centre back. Either you get Todibo or Lemiyoro or flipping Branthwaite or Ignacio or Silva, whoever. Go get centre backs. Not one, maybe two. Go get midfielders. Fofana is there. João Neves is there. The players are there. Left back, Kakas, we're being linked with him. Go finalize that fucking deal. Enough of this dilly-dallying and just busy sitting around twiddling our thumbs. Act like a big club. This is Manchester United, not fucking Nice. Ineos, I've got my eyes on you. Ineos, now my focus has moved from Ten Hag to fucking Ineos. They're the ones who've decided to keep Ten Hag, right? So my attention has been fully shifted from Erik Ten Hag to Ineos. This is your guy, you decided to keep him, so fucking back him in the market. However, when I say back him, I'm not saying go listen to his suggestions when it comes to players. I don't want to hear anything when it comes to from his mouth. Back him by getting him players that will help him play good football. Not through listening to him when he suggests players. Also, I saw a tweet from Fabrizio Romano saying that United are looking to start discussions with Erik Ten Hag and his team over an extension of his contract. For what? For fucking what? Why is he getting an extension? He's had our worst finish in the Premier League history ever. We've considered the most shots ever in our history. We play shocking football. I mean, he's still got a year left in his contract, so you don't have to give him an extension, a contract extension. Let him fucking earn it. Let him earn it. And seeing as he's being given another year, I expect nothing less than a Europa League win and a top 4 finish. That's the bare minimum. Bare minimum. You need to make sure, Erik ten Hag, that you get top 4 and you get a fucking Europa League. But to be fair to him as well, that will also be dictated by how the transfer window goes. So again, Ineos need to get the right players into the team and get rid of the rubbish players. We can raise money. We can sell a lot of players. Honestly, I thought he was going to get sacked. I genuinely believed he was going to get sacked. But to an extent, I kind of understand. They don't just want to sack him without having a viable alternative. I thought there were viable alternatives. They clearly didn't think so. So it's fine. Let them keep Ten Hag, but let them go get players. I don't want to hear injuries as an excuse next season. So go get players so that when one player gets out injured, we get another one coming into the team. Ten Hag, I'll give you one more year. It's fine. I don't want to, but Ineos have forced me, basically. So I'll give you one more year to show me that you can play the beautiful football that you played at Ajax. And Ten Hag, I promise you, if you play good football, the football which you played at Ajax, if you can play that or start to implement, and I can see what you're trying to do this coming season, I'll get back fully behind you. I will fully back you. But until then, I'm in the middle. I'm not Ten Hag in, I'm not Ten Hag out. I'm just in the middle. So, yeah, I hope this story about him getting an extension is a joke. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Let him see it out. If he's rubbish, sack him during the season. If he's all right, let him wait for the rest of the season and decide when the season ends. But don't give him an extension. He hasn't earned it. He's been rubbish. I know he's won us a FA Cup and a Carabao, but the football has been awful. This is fucking Manchester United. Do you think Don Carlo will be getting a contract extension if Madrid had finished 8th? I mean, think about it. If Real Madrid had finished 8th, got embarrassed in the Champions League, finished on a negative goal difference, conceding more than 600 shots in a season, do you think Don Carlo would be getting a contract extension, let alone staying at the club? No, he'd be sacked. But anyways, I've said my piece. Again, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not happy he's staying. I wanted him sacked, I wanted him gone. But now that Ineos have decided to keep him, I'm gonna get back behind the team. Manchester United is my team. Not Erik ten Hag, not Ineos, but Manchester United. We're now being run, well, Ineos have bought a stake, 25%. It's time for Ineos to show me what they're made of. I'm not now gonna say Ineos out or they don't know what they're doing. But I'm not gonna lie, they haven't dealt with this Ten Hag decision in the most glorious of ways. If anything, they've been quite poor in this decision making. They've dilly-dallied, they've wasted time. They could have come out after the FA Cup and said we're back in Erik ten Hag, but they thought they could get someone else. That tells me for sure that they didn't feel that they want to keep him. So now what are these stories about them wanting to give him an extension now? What the fuck for? Let him see the year out, and then when the year is over, then decide. Anyways, like I said, yeah, he's staying. He's staying. So like I said, I hope Ineos backs him. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm going to get behind the team. It's my fucking team. I haven't even gotten the shirts yet. I don't think that the club has dropped the kits yet. But as soon as they do, I'll be going there to get them. I have no choice. It's my team. Yeah, it is what it is. Ten Hag stays. Ten Hag inners are happy. They've won. Ten Hag outers were in the mud. It is what it is. These things happen. Let's see if he can prove us wrong. Let's see if he can change us and convert us back into Ten Hag inners. I hope he can. I genuinely hope he does. I hope he plays so good football that's so good that I have no choice but to say, you know what? I'm happy. I'm enjoying this football. I'm going back to being behind Ten Hag in, just like I was in the first season. Because I only said Ten Hag out in second season. But anyways, like I said, those are my thoughts. Let me know if you agree with me. Are you happy staying? Are you angry staying? Are you like me? Are you now saying you're just in the middle? Let me know what you think. Where are you now? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section. What do you think? I know rival fans are celebrating. They're happy. United fans, yeah, it is what it is. But like I said, leave a comment in the comment section below. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. and I'll see you guys soon. I'm out.